My predictions for technology and education by Brett Stubbs. Socrates taught that I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. I've been taught throughout my life that we should teach others correct principles and then let them govern themselves. During week one, my prediction began with a conversation with Caden R. Stubbs, a student majoring in computer, software, and engineering at Snow College. Caden shared that technology improvements such as speed and size are stagnated due to the current inability to keep the components cool. Until they are able to solve this issue, the speed and size of new technology will not improve much from what it is today. This leads me to my prediction for how technology will be used in education. I see how wearable technology that is currently available, such as the Fitbit, and even smartphones, can be utilized in physical education and health classes. As teachers use applications such as MyFitnessPal and MapMyRun to track and analyze nutrition and movement, fitness heart rates, pulse, and calories of students, the students can share their results with others, including their teachers, to verify that the student is meeting specific assignments and tasks. A second prediction, we will harness the technology to cool the components. This may be a nuclear form of technology that is wearable. When thinking of wearable technology and what it is, wearable technology is the tech that can be worn by the user. It can be a watch, glasses, backpack, clothing, and even contact lenses. There are also technologies that are implanted under the skin. As you can see by Mr. Stubbs, he is sporting his Google Glass smartwatch and smartphone. His smartwatch is tracking his heart rate, his pulse, where he ran, and how far he ran, at the same time listening to his personalized music list or watching a movie or a TED Talk with his smartphone. At the same time, he is doing some research using Google Glass. Talk about multitasking at its best. What are the disruptive innovations causing changes to education today and in the future? As an educator and religious leader, I found that the innovation of the smartphone is very disruptive in education due to the likelihood of the addictive nature of technology, especially among K through 12 students, and to their spiritual and emotional growth. With the knowledge of the world now in the palm of our hand, we now find it difficult to ponder and to think deeply, let alone the ability to do simple problem solving and to concentrate. As schools open the world of technology and the internet to our students, we find that students are less engaged in the actual learning process because of their distractions that they find with their technology. This is a major obstacle that we are seeing. It is becoming so difficult to encourage students to focus on learning when they are wholly immersed in their technology, earbuds in, watching movies, playing games, and viewing things on social media. It is interesting that 75% of our world's leading technology companies, such as Apple and Google and their eBay executives, chose to send their children to tech-free schools. They see that there is a benefit to tech-free schools. Can we as educators use this excellent yet addictive tool for the good of our students? Loneliness, depression, and envy of others and suicide rate have skyrocketed since 2012 when social media and smartphones became universal. The average teen spends 9 hours a day staring at a screen. High levels of screen time are associated with delayed cognitive development, including thinking and language tests in children, according to the National Institute of Health. Will we, as a society, be able to develop the willpower to gain or maintain self-restraint when it comes to smartphone dependence? My future predictions for 2030 of education and technology. I can see wearable technology being used in education, from health to science classes, and at all levels by 2030. To name a few, smartwatches like Fitbit, as I'd mentioned earlier, could be used in health and physical education classes. Vision enhancement. technology, hearing enhancement technology, as well as language translation technology that is available, can be used in all classes from special ed to general education classes. Can you imagine how this will open up the world to collaborative learning with students from other countries? As the cost for virtual reality technology is reduced, I can also see that companies will step in and use the Steve Jobs game plan that he used with Apple by offering free technology to schools. What a brilliant strategy this is. As students become comfortable using that technology, they're more likely to purchase that technology in the future. And as they find great value in this technology as it relates to real life, they will spend the money in the future. A few examples: using virtual reality technology to study anatomy and physics. Can you imagine opening up the anatomy from the skeletal system to the muscular and so on, and layer it and be able to see it firsthand in a virtual setting? Can you imagine taking field trips virtually to other countries to visit museums and for art classes or history, seeing where the things in history actually took place, let alone foreign language classes? Our classrooms are now open to the world. Technology can be productive or destructive for our students, whether students are using their smartphones or even Chromebooks in the classroom. Artificial intelligence, AI, needs to be on the minds of our educators, along with natural language processing, NLP, which have been integrated into tech today. A couple examples of that are Siri and Alexa. I hear my students use those in class all the time. Students can gather information with such great ease, with little thought or effort. Another issue I see is who is providing the answers. Does Google present all points of view, or is there a bias? My final concern is students learning, being spoon-fed information. Does that actually help them transfer information into their long-term memory? Within a few years, I can envision virtual reality companies making deals with schools, as I mentioned earlier, as Steve Jobs did. I believe that by 2030, virtual reality technology will be available on students' smartphones, and opening this marvelous technology up for all students to access in the classroom.